Nice to see so many of you here today, guys. Let me just roll over the disclaimer, guys, to you, because as usual we have to do that, and I want you please to read the disclaimer and so you know about the risk involved in trading. And as I always say, this weekly overview is only my opinion and how I see the market. This is not a signal for trading in any way. You should do your own homework and trade on your own risk, yeah? So please be careful trading and know about the risk. So we will start by showing you some of the forecasts from last week and how they went. I think many of you have seen them already on Facebook, but as you see, Aussie CAD, we said that the market objective is maybe to reach that high and give us an AB equals CD scenario, and it looks like it is doing that. Then we had talked about the Dixie and the break of this trend line, and I said wait for a flag and more continuation to the downside, and here what we got. Then we had the Euro Aussie, and we said how important this level was, that you can expect a bounce to the downside, and here was the result. We had Euro CAD, we said if you want to trade it to the downside, wait for a break of the trend line and do 20 moving average, and here what we got on that one. And we talked about Euro JAPY for a possible bounce down back to retest the structure and the trend line, and here what we got last week. And we talked about Euro New Zealand, about a retest and maybe flag and continuation. So far we have the retest and one bounce up. And the British pound against USD dollar, I was talking about this structure down here, about a break and a retest and a continuation to this structure, and this what we got on this pair too. So many good forecasts. This was the USD JAPY, same scenario here, a break, a retest. I was talking about this break and retest and the possibility for that, and it went all the way back down, yeah? So I would just wanted to show you that, guys, that you don't putting your time for nothing when you're looking on this weekly overview. And as I said before, I hope many of you made lots of pips last week. How can I find you on Facebook, Pierre? Just search my name, Betayeb. You see it here, Pierre Abdullahat. Just search my name and you'll find it, yeah? I am working on another Facebook page, because this is my private Facebook page, and I have maybe it's time for me to make maybe a page only for trading, yeah? Because I'm getting a lot of requests about that, and actually I don't want to make my own Facebook page to be more about trading, because it's more for family and friends, yeah? So but you can add me so far on this my own Facebook page, and when I make a trading Facebook page, I will tell you that, guys. So yes, enough about that. Let's get started. I'm sure many of you don't want to bring the whole day looking at this video, so let's get started. As usual, we start with the Dixie, guys, and last week and the week before, I was talking about this level and about the importance of those pivot points here. This was the R1, the weekly R1, and at first we got this double top here, and I was saying that if price not breaking this pivot point, we should see maybe a bounce to the downside on the Dixie, and that's what exactly happened. We got a move down, a retracement back up, and this huge move to the downside. So we broke S1, S2, and it looks like the Dixie is heading back down to retest of the S3 or this structure down here, yeah. And another thing happened on the daily, that we broke this 100 moving average, which is used to be important. As you see here, price been respecting this moving average, but now we broke it and we traded below the 100 moving average for 2 days. So what I'm looking now at is this structure down here. We're gonna go down to the 4-hour and look at this, yeah. As you see, guys, we broke many good structures at this one here. We did a break, a fast retest, and a continuation. We break also this low here and did a retest on that one too, as you see here. So what left is this area down here, yeah, this structure down here, that maybe will be a possible market objective to retest this area down here. We have a big here, this whole thing here maybe can be a good order block down here, as you see. And may act as support, and down here we should be maybe looking for a bounce to the upside back up, yeah, to at least retest those structure up here, because we had if we go back to the daily, I will show you where we are right now. This whole correction to the upside ended after this impulse to the downside. This ended at the 61.8 Fibonacci, yeah, this leg from down to up, and now we are heading down. And if we go down to the 4-hour, you can take and measure this move, and you see that we just broke the 61.8 to the downside also, and did a retest. So the 61.8 is broken for now, and there is a possibility for a continuation back down here to find to retest this area before keep going up, yeah. So a little bit short-term continuation for short on the dollar, I think, because this major move was clear strong down momentum, but this level still a very important level. As many of you knows, it should act as support, because if it not, then we are back down to this range here, where this range is about 2-year long range, yeah. So keep your eyes on this level, because if this level to get broken, then we have lots of room to the downside. Many of you maybe heard me talking about this head and shoulder possibility before, but this will not be confirmed before a break of this structure here, yeah. And if that happen, then there is much possibility for more to the downside, and will give us also an maybe possibility for an AB equals CD move to the downside. But at first we need to clear this level, the 99.5, yeah. So far all we have to do is look at this level and see how price action will be there, yeah. That what I had about the Dixie. Gold now this uptrend is clearly broken, and we had a very strong momentum to the downside, and then gold found some support here and give us a double bottom, and did another move to the upside after the news last week. I was looking at first for this structure here, the 1220.80 area, to see how price will react, because I was expecting that this structure maybe to hold, but price broke this structure and the 38.2 Fibonacci. So what I'm looking at for now is this area here, around start from 1238 to 1242, near the 61.8 Fibonacci retracement and where we have this structure. So as you see, my alert on TradingView is in this area here, because when and if price come to this area, I will be looking for maybe bearish opportunities to find maybe entry reason to try to short the gold from this level at the retest of this neckline and this resistance area up here, yeah, because it's very clear that the uptrend was broken. As you see here, we broke many good structure. We broke at first this structure, then we broke this strong structure here, and put a very deep low here. So we can see this move up as a correction, and when price and if price get to this area here now, to 61.8, I will be looking to see to find an entry reason for a short on gold, yeah. Oil, as we talked about this last week, oil finally did show us where it want to go after this consolidation up here. So now we broke the trend line and we broke the 51.50 level, which means for me that we should be looking for shorting the gold, but I will be looking for a little bit higher up before shorting this from here. So the level I'm looking at is back up around the 51.50 area, near this box, for me to find an entry reason or find bearish evidence at this level up here, to try to short it to at least the retest of these lows, or even more to back down here to this level down here. This structure is gonna be very important structure for the oil too. So I'm short on oil, but I will be looking to see a correction to the upside before looking for entry reason for short, yeah. Aussie CAD, I'm still waiting for this AB equal CD completion up here. As you see, my alert is at the 1.0307 area, and when price reach this level, then I will start to look for entry reason for shorts, because as you know, guys, this level here is a very important and old level. We have to crunch the chart very long to find another test. It was the highs of April 2014, and last time price were up here, as you see here, the rejection was very strong and clear to the downside. So Aussie CAD, I'm still waiting for price to reach this area back up here, maybe a little bit lower, and I will be looking for shorting reasons. I don't think I need to go much to the 4 hour. We don't see a lot. We just broke these highs, and hopefully it will go up a little bit more and give me an entry reason to try to short it, to at least to retest the lows here or this structure. If you want to trade it as an AB equals CD, what you can do is you take your Fibonacci retracement from to the CD leg, if and see where it ends, of course, but let's say it ends somewhere here, then your first take profit should be around the 38.2 Fibonacci, yeah, and you can keep a little bit more and see if it's gonna break more to the downside. So that is how I will be looking for this pair, yeah. Aussie USD, we're back up at these highs, and as yeah, talking about USD, guys, and the FOMC last week, I heard and read a lot of new traders that was very shocked about how the dollar can go weak when they actually made a rate hike, and as usual, guys, we talked about this very many times, and the thing about buy rumors and sell news, and I did actually publish an idea about the Dixie on Facebook in the group, and I think it was the day before the FOMC or in the morning, where we had a double top and a little head and shoulder pattern, and I was asking if we're gonna see the same scenario by rumors and sell news, and that's exactly what's happened. So we are back up at these highs now, and it's looking at the structure from this low down here back up here. We are in a very bullish trend, as you see. No one can argue about that, and you can say that we may have a trend continuation. This was if we're gonna say this was the first move correction and it's gonna keep going up, there is a possibility. I can't say no for that, but still I see this level is a very important level for the Aussie USD, and I will be looking one more time at this level back up here for shorting opportunity until it show me something else. If I want to go long, I want to see a break, a deep correction, and a continuation. But so far we couldn't make new highs here. We didn't break those highs. We did put a lower low here below all these structure here. So yeah, I'll be looking for bearish evidence at this level up here, maybe a little more push to the upside. Fake out should be very good above here, and rejection that will give me a very good entry reason. So for me, I will be watching this level, the 0.75 area up here for and I will be looking for a bearish evidence on the lower time frame to try to find an entry reason for a short. Yeah, sorry guys, just a moment, I just have to drink some water. Oh, welcome Sabah, welcome. You're a little bit late, lady, so there will be a warning sent home to you. Yeah, it's recorded, as you know, so just see the recording. That was it about USD, sorry, Aussie USD. Let's look at some British pound pairs, and we are on the British pound US dollar right now, and I want to see where we are with this pair. Right now, what we have here, we did break down below this structure and below the 100 moving average, and the move down was very good and strong, and we did some consolidation back down here, and that what was the trade I was talking about, that we should see a bounce from back down here and back up, and that exactly what happened. So as for now, and as of, we're still trading below the daily 100 moving average and below this structure here. For me, we'll be looking for maybe a possibility for another short down, because guys, what we have here, if you take a Fibonacci retracement of this leg from, let me draw it once again so you can see what I'm talking about, from this high to this low back down here, you see that we have the 61.8 at this level. We have also this structure here, this whole structure that I'm expecting to at least see some reaction here to the downside, and we have at the same level the 100 moving average, and we have maybe this trend line that it's not confirmed yet, because this is one touch, two touch, and we may count this as the third touch, yeah, but this whole with all those reasons at the same level, and we have a hidden divergence on the RSI. As you see, this high is higher than this high, yeah, but this high on the RSI is actually lower. Let me put it right, there you go. It's actually lower high than this high, so we have a hidden diversion ongoing here also. So many things that confluence and make me look for a short from this level, the 1.240 area up here, and a possibility maybe for another leg to the downside. Okay, if you are one of those that think this is very low and the British pound can go lower, and because I'm seeing lots of people talking about that, and you want to trade it to the upside, you wouldn't buy it up here. You have to wait for at least a correction back down to this area, to this order block, and take your entry from below here if you want to go long. Don't go and buy it here, because as you see, the daily, even the daily RSI is heading to the overbought area too. And maybe what you want to see also a break of the trend line, a retest of the structure, and a continuation. But for me, guys, I will be looking for short from this level for next week, maybe on Tuesday, Mondays. I don't trade Mondays. I just I think for me the Mondays are only the days that are warming up days, and make the price go a little bit sideways, and not fast market. So maybe Tuesday London Open will show us the way on this pair. I'm almost pretty sure on that. Yeah, are we clear on that pair? The beast, British pound Jappy. This pair is very near explosion here. As you see, guys, the range and the daily range is getting smaller and smaller. It's, what do we have? We have from this high to this low here a range of 228 pips almost, but as you see, the swings used to be much higher on this pair, yeah. So it looks like it's gonna explode any soon. And I did put this daily 200 moving average, and as you see, since we broke it here, back here, we did close below it one time, then traded above it, then closed below it one time, and got rejected directly. So as for now, price was flirting with this 200 moving average for a while now, and it looks like this level is still holding. As you see, let me make this a little bit more clear. As you see, this level is still holding here, and the price getting very contracted. So it looks like more and more for a possibility maybe for another break to the upside. What I'll be looking at for this pair is I want to see a break of the 139.70 at this level here. I want to see the break of the trend line and this structure back here, and a retest. And when I say a retest, I mean maybe on the 4 hour or the 1 hour. So I wouldn't be waiting for a daily retest here, because I think when this, and if this gonna go, it will go very fast, going down to lower time frame. As you see here, you will see it much more clear. So what we want to see, if you want to go long on this one, is something similar to this, yeah, a break of trend line and this structure here, this structure, and possible retest, and a continuation to at least retest these highs, or maybe even more. So that's what I'm looking at for now, because it looks like this structure down here is holding very well. As you see, it's very clean here. The only day that we broke it was when we had this back here in the middle of January. We had this gap, and the gap got closed very fast, yeah. RSI 7, my not showing divergence. Okay, Robin, you see that your RSI is 7 and yours are not. Yes, my, if you mean that, if you're asking if my RSI is on 7 period, yes it is. I always use a 7. So that was it about British Pound Jappy. Let's look at Euro British Pound. And this did a very good move. We had a very good 2618 trade. Those of you who follow me on TradingView maybe did see this idea that I published it. And as you see, guys, we had a perfect 2618 trade. We had this double top, and when price went back down and start to going back up, I published this idea, and we got a perfect very good trade here. So what I'm looking at right now is how this pair gonna react when it comes back down to this structure here, this level here, the 0.86442, sorry, gonna be the level where I will be watching how this pair will react, because we broke the structure now, and we may be doing a retest or a correction after this 2618 trade, and I will be looking for maybe a bounce back up to retest these highs from here. For me, next week, I think next week gonna be such a week where we're gonna see some consolidations on many pairs, because we had very strong moves last week, and usually when you have those moves, there is a possibility that you see the price gonna do some consolidation and get accepted, price get accepted before seeing any strong move to the upside or to the downside. Euro bridge pound, look at 0.8642 level and see how price action, what price action we will have there, because there is a possibility for another bounce up to the upside for a retest of that low, sorry, for a retest of those highs. Another thing that I can show you on this pair that we didn't trade below for a long time below the 200 daily moving average. Yeah, so we still we still above the 200 daily moving average, which means and give us more confident for maybe trend continuation to the upside. Yeah, and don't take those level very exactly. Yeah, so if you see that you maybe break this, don't go short directly, because the next structure where price should have some trouble is back down here, the 0.85.85 area. Yeah, so there is a possibility that it goes all the way down here before it keep continuing to the upside. You can also make take a Fibonacci retracement tool and see where are the levels. Yeah, so the first level that we are looking at, we had the confluence of the 38.2, and the second level back down here is between the 50 and the 61.8, which is also another structure that price may hold on. Yeah, so be a little bit flexible and be smart. Don't jump on every move you see in the market. That's it. Then we have the Euro Aussie. The Euro Aussie is in love with Head and Shoulders these days. As you see, we had this Head and Shoulders down here, and now we have another Head and Shoulders. Anyway, we've been talking about last week. I said that this structure up here gonna give this pair it's a trouble area, and we may see a bounce to the downside, and that's exactly what happened. So for now we're still trading below the 200 daily moving average and below the 100 moving average, as you see, and that 100 daily moving average was respected, as you see here, last week. Price was below the 200, some pips below it before it got rejected. Yeah, so we're still trading below the 100, the 200, below the trend line, below this old structure. We still have a lower low and another lower high, so we should be keep looking for shorting on this pair until it shows us something else, and that something else should be a break to the upside like this before we change our bias on this pair. So for me, I'm still looking for short on this one, and let's go down to the 4 hour. So if I will trade this to short, because this is my bias, I have this opportunity which going right now, and this and that pattern is a reversal pattern, as many of you know. This Head and Shoulder but first what you want to see is a break of the neckline before you can go short. Yeah, so many of you that trade head and shoulders the classical way have to enter below the neckline, but as you see, guys, if we want to do that, you have to go down to much lower time frame to get a better risk and reward. Because if you to enter this head and shoulder on the 4 hour, you will be entering somewhere, let's say you enter here, and your risk should be above the right shoulder, and your reward, if you are lucky and it's gonna retest these lows, with which I'm not sure about, if that happens, then you'll get 1-to-1. But your first problem area, sorry, let's put this back. Your first problem area is actually at this level, at this old shoulder here, and that will give you an inversed risk to reward, which is not good at all. So the risk is very huge if you want to enter a classical head and shoulders, but you can use this head and shoulders as a pattern that tell you that there is a possibility for a reversal on this pair, and then you can go now down to maybe a 1 hour and try to find an entry reason before this break. Or if price give you another bounce to retest this structure, you try and short it from this area, this order block up here. If price go up back to this level, then you maybe have a possibility to try and short it from back up here. Where is my arrow? Here we go. And then you can see if it's gonna break to the downside or not, and your stop loss this time gonna be much better and lower, because you're gonna have it somewhere here, and your entry is somewhere here. That will give you much better risk to reward, as you see here. And if this do not break, you have 2.6 ratio, and if this break, then you have this whole move to this old shoulder. Yeah, so if you take a decision that you want to be short on Euro Aussie, why to enter at this break, and there will be a very huge risk here on the table. So I will recommend you to find a better entry where you can put a stop loss that will not be a very large amount of pips on it. Yeah, so that what I think you should be doing. Or you can look for maybe for something like this, a flag, and trade the break of the flag and see if this gonna break or not, and then your risk your stop loss can be above the highs of this flag here. Then you can put your stop loss here and your entry maybe somewhere here, but this will give you a very short room to this structure. So the best way is to try to see if price gonna give you another entry reason from a bit higher up here. Okay, EuroCAD back on the watch list, guys, since I wasn't trading this pair for a while now, but now we had some very good moves on this pair, and we see that price came up to this old structure here and halted for a while, and got rejected to the downside, and it looks like it was trying to make another push to the upside last week, and on Friday it got rejected a little bit back down. So if we I will be looking for since we didn't break this high, and we did break this swing low here, as you see. This low is lower than this one, and we didn't break this highs. I will be looking to see a break of this structure here maybe, and a retest, and maybe try to take a reversal trade to the downside on this pair, but I will be very careful, because this pair has been acting a little bit weird in my opinion, so be careful on that. But since we have this structure still acting as resistant, you can, if you are been trading for a while, you should be able to take this one, but it is also a trend sorry, it is against this short-term trend here, so you have to have some good level of understanding about how to trade those, yeah, because you can argue that this price is actually many traders will say that this structure here looks like a bull flag, and it's gonna continue to the upside. There is a possibility for that, but I can't in my opinion, I can't see it for now. What I'm expecting is a trend continuation of this huge move to the downside. We did break this range here, and now are trading below this range. As far as we are trading below this this whole range here, I will keep looking for shorting opportunity from a major level like this one. Euro New Zealand, finally this pair, I think we can say that this major downtrend is maybe over or about to be over, because this low here was our last low, and this high was our last higher high. So we have a new higher high. This is a daily chart, guys. So this is our new higher high. We did break this down move, and as you see, we did also break the 100 moving average, and last week we did break and closed above the 200 daily moving average. Let me make this a little bit bigger. And we did close above it, we trade above it up to the upside for 3 days. Then we had this retest to both this structure, this broken structure, and the 200 daily moving average. It did a retest and it gave us a bounce up, and Friday we got this inside bar. So as far as we are trading above this structure and the 200 daily moving average, we'll maybe start looking for long on this pair, because if you go to the weekly, you can see that we have huge opportunities that can be taken here. The first trouble area should come somewhere at this level, and the second is up here, and then we have this last high here. But that's very long term. Let's take it one step at a time, yeah? So if we go down to back down to the 4 hour, you can see that for now what happened last Friday, that we had this possibility of a double top. It's not confirmed because the neckline is not broken yet, yes? So what I'll be looking at is, it should be actually very good if this had a double top actually work and it got broken, and give us a little bit deeper correction to the 38.2 Fibonacci at this structure back here where it looks like we have a order block here resting. So that should be a good place to try to find a trend continuation to the upside. If not, you will be looking, of course, what will happen when price reach this structure here. So if you have the bounce already from this structure, you may expect for at least a retest of this high, and if those got broken, then you should be holding this trade for a much longer time, because we have lots of room to the upside on this pair. Yeah, I personally don't like those move like this one, a very strong move with a little bit of corrections. But actually when price goes in a strong momentum, they usually don't correct a deeper correction. So if we put these the 23.6 Fibonacci retracements, you see that you have it somewhere here where price did a retest. So look at this level for next week and see if you're gonna find your entry reason. If you want to long this pair, I will be looking at that level too for a long opportunity. Draw your trend line on daily. Sorry guys, I didn't look at this chat in a long time now. Let's see. Draw your trend line on daily. Just wanna see something. Sorry Tabiso, I don't know on which pair you want me to draw my trend line. So will you please write that in the chat on which pair you're talking about? So I will keep going so we don't take a lot of time of you guys. And now we have the EURUSD. As you know guys, Euro been rallying up very strong last week, and we are now at this very important it's not so super ultra important level, but it's a good level to look at for a possibility for a bounce to the downside. And I did publish this idea about an AB equals CD completion up here, and it did actually give us a little bounce to the downside. I did enter this trade a little bit late, so I did make some pips on it. Maybe I think it was about 25-30 pips, yeah. But I don't think that this was the move I was expected. So this rejection happened a little bit early maybe, and now we price halted at this structure up here, and what I wanted to see last week was actually something similar to this. The price maybe give us a retest of the extremes of this one before start going down. So I don't think this was it. So I will be keep looking for this structure up here. Maybe the price gonna bounce back up, and I will be looking a little bit around the 1.08 area to find another entry reason for short on this pair, and that will give me maybe a better bounce to try to break these lows and go back down to try to test these highs. The completion of the B leg should be a good level to take profit, because there is a possibility that this pair at the same time when the Dixie find support, that we may see more to the downside, but for now it looks very strong, but not the place to go long from up here, not for me anyway. So that's why I will be looking for a shorting opportunity for a little bit higher level. Yeah. Okay, Tavi, so you mean you want to see the trend line on the euro British pound daily, but we can't do it when you're done. Okay, yeah, we can look at it at the end of the session. Yeah. So EURUSD, I will still be looking for this AB equals CD idea to get completed. So short on this pair from the 1.08 would be a very good place to me to find shorting opportunity. If it don't reach as high up, then I will be looking to see if it's gonna give us a little bounce up and maybe give me on the lower time frame, if we go down maybe to the hour, try to see if we're gonna get something like this, maybe on head and shoulders. Then I will be shorting the head and shoulders, but at first I want to see the price to reach this area up here and give us this 3 move to the upside, and then hopefully a strong move to the downside. Yeah. New Zealand Jappy, we've backed down here, guys, at this structure that we talked about last week. As you see here, this should act as good support. We said that this order block here maybe will hold the price, and what we have now, something that looked like a double bottom on the daily, and we have also some divergence on the RSI. As you see here, the RSI is heading up and the price, we have equal lows, but the main move is still to the downside on this whole leg here. Yeah. So the best way to trade this pair should be to wait for to see if the price wanna do it back up here, to try to short it and try to trade this one with the trend. Yeah. Maybe give you another bounce to the downside, but for counter trend traders, you should be looking for this area down here where price is right now. Actually, you maybe want to see how it act already on the not today's when price opened today's, but maybe Monday or Tuesday London opens, to see if you can go long from this level down here, because your risk should be very, very low. If you enter somewhere here and you want to just a retest of the highs, your risk to reward is very good, because you maybe will be putting your stop loss let's say somewhere below this structure here, 33 pips, about 33 pips, and your reward will be, if you want to show to take a shot for the first highs here, that will give you about 92 pips. Yeah. So this level is actually a good level to try to go long, because if it goes against you, let's say it breaks, your risk is very low. For a counter trend trader, that should be good, very good level to look at. And this divergence is ongoing even on the 4 hours too. Yeah. So we have this triple bottom scenario now, that ongoing. If you see a break of the neckline of this double bottom here, you can also go long when price close above this structure and shoot maybe for these highs, yeah, because we still have a gap that should get closed, but we don't know when. As you see here, this gap still open, so there is maybe a possibility next week to for a market objective to close this gap. So you have two possibilities on this pair, long from down here or short from back up here. USD CAD, very strong move to the downside on this pair from last week. I was expecting it to give me a retest of these highs. I had limit orders up here actually, somewhere. I think it was on the body of those two candles. I had a limit order to sell it from up here, and stop loss somewhere in this area here, but yeah, as you saw guys, it didn't reach that high. So for now we did break this structure again, and we did a retest, and there is a possibility to look for how price will react from this level. And what you should be looking at is this very good looking bearish flag here. Two things you can do on this one: wait for a bit higher correction to the upside, maybe take your Fibonacci retracement for this leg only, and the best area to short it maybe should be around the 50 and the 61.8, yeah, and that will give you also this neckline that will act as a resistant, and try to short it from this level. That's one scenario. Another scenario is you wait for the break of this flag, and you short it from here to back down to at least those highs here. This structure gonna act as maybe gonna act as support here, so you should be looking for how price will react here, and if this structure got broken, then you should be looking for a retest of these lows back down here, yeah. So yeah, USD CAD we should be looking for short, but wait and see if it's gonna retrace a little bit higher, because it looks like oil maybe also go up a little bit and correct to the upside next week. So that will give CAD some strength, and this pair maybe will trade to the downside. So look at oil also if you're gonna trade this pair, and see what will going on over there too. USD Swiss. USD Swiss did break this flag correction, call it what you want, that we've been looking at this correction to the upside, yeah. So it did break it and did a retest and kept going down. We broke this neckline and this structure, and where price it is right now is where I will be looking to see a price action for maybe a possibility for a bounce to at least retest of this structure and this neckline, because as you see guys, this structure here should act as support, as it did here before. It got broken a little bit, and then rejected, but I still have my area, support area at those highs back here. Yeah, so USD Swiss, the level I'm looking at is actually where price is right now, and we had this divergence on the RSI also, but maybe we'll be looking for lower time frame, go down to the 1 hour, wait for another retest of this structure to try to find an entry reason for a long, for a retest of these lows back down here maybe. Yeah. At least here, and if those got broken, then a retest of this structure. But this uptrend is clearly over now. Yeah, this correction to the upside is clearly over, and we did put lower lows too. So there is a possibility next week for range trading by buying the lows here and selling those highs here. Yeah. USD JAPY, two places I will be looking at. First level is where price is right now, the 112.600 and the 111.680 here down here. Because as you see here, this level did act as a good support before 1, 2, 3 times, then it got broken, traded a little bit below it, and then it was back again as support and here as resistant. So this level gonna be the first thing I will be looking at to try to find if price will give me another entry reason for long to a retest of this structure up here, and if it make it to the downside even more, then I will be of course looking at this level again, and I will show you on the daily why, because guys, we've been talking about this structure many times now. This is almost the last defense structure for this pair, so I think this level is a very, very strong level if it's meant to this pair to keep going up. This one level here should hold, because if this got broken, then we have lots of room to the downside. So for me, two levels, this one here up here and this one up down here, where I've been looking for possibilities to try to keep trading this range here. As you see, we've been raging for a while here. Yeah, so I will keep buying these lows and selling these highs until it gives us a reason to stop doing that. Okay. And US Turkey, we are getting back down to my first entry back down here. Last time I bought the USD Turkey was around the 24th of February, and as many of you knows, I had kept a smaller position on this pair, and I was hedging it to the downside. Last week I closed the down hedge and closed my entry here, and I will be looking for this another time, how will price will act at where we are right now, and especially on this neckline down here, yeah, where I had my old entry. So if this pair to trade a little bit up and go back down here, I will be looking for how price will react here, and try to find an entry reason to the upside, because this should be a very good area that it should hold, and the last defense on this pair gonna be one more time back down here at this old structure, back down here. Yeah, so this structure down here is the last defense before it keep going down. As you see, we couldn't make it above these highs, but there is a possibility that we start ranging now for a while between those two levels. Yeah, those of you who are new to trading, I don't recommend you to trade such pair, because it is a little bit hard to trade. The move are strong, the spread are very high, so keep away from this pair if you are new to trading, please. There is much easier and better way to trade. So I think that was the last pair on my watch list, guys, for this week. And it looks like I made it for once in 1 hour only. Yeah, so what do we have? Do we have any questions or any pairs you want me to look at? I will give this another 5 minutes, guys, before we end. Robin, I did hedge it because I didn't know, I was not expecting it to go so far down, and because I was buying from back down here, I did hedge this move and make some money on it, but then I was expecting it to stop somewhere here. Yeah, so I was selling this move, but it kept going down, so I found that there is no reason to hold it anymore, so I closed. I did lots of good pips on it, and now I will be establishing another position on this one if it give me the reason for that. Maybe Euro Euro Swiss again. Yeah, let's take a look at that. You were asking me why I don't like this pair last week, Robin, and as you see here, when I published it, what was the idea? It was an AB equals CD on this pair. Yeah, let me try and find it. No, not this one. Here it is. Here we go. We was talking about bounce to the downside, and we did get this bounce to the downside here, but what was interesting, because you was asking me why I don't like this pair, and the reason I said I don't like it, because for something like this, did you see this spike up? Here it was a clear stop loss hunt at this level, and for a new trader that should be a reason to get scared and not enter on this short. Yeah, but when it kept going down, then it gave very, very good reasons to enter below this pin bar. And another thing I don't like about this pair, because when it start ranging, it give you lots of swings, and yeah, it's a very tricky pair, so that's why I said last week I don't like it. And looking at the daily now, as you see, the structure is once again lots of wicks from both the upside and the downside. So if we're gonna say something tradable on this pair, should be where price is right now. You maybe want to see how it will react for this structure here. Don't don't forget that we have this whole move here also. So you have to go down to lower time frame and see how it will react for this at this level here, and maybe try to trade it to the downside. But the best level should of course be if it make it back up to this area and to this structure on the trend line, to try to short it from up there. Let's take a look. We have the 100 moving average give this some trouble, and that's why price is acting maybe like this. As you see, lots of indecision. But you have also on the daily, let me take off the 100, we don't need it right now. On the daily you have this downtrend line, you have the 200 moving average that been respected very good here, clear, and it was also respected here last week. So the best entry area, as I said, should be somewhere up here. Yeah, if price make it to this back up to this high here, then you maybe want to try to short it from this level here and see if it's gonna give you another retest of these lows or even more down. Okay, are we clear on that, Robin? Tabiso, Euro, GBP, yeah? I think you were talking about that trend line. So what was the trend line you were asking about, Tabiso? What is it from the downside or is it from the upside? The only thing I see you maybe were talking about is something like this maybe. I don't see it as a good trend line because we don't have a real test in the middle. Yeah, we are on the daily, but I'm not sure which trend line you're talking about. If it is from the downside, then we have maybe this trend line. So, but I'm not sure what you want to know about this trend line, because if it is this trend line from the downside, you have what you should be looking at is this 200 moving average on the daily that is acting as dynamic support also. So you don't really need this trend line, but if you want it, you can just put it, you have one test here, and this test back up here. Yeah, so of course you can draw it like this and look for a bounce on it, but I will be looking for bounces on the 200 daily moving average instead in this case, and of course this structure up here. Possible butterfly pattern on Aussie CAD, yeah, possibly. I actually don't trade those harmonics, so I will not say yes or no on that one, but yeah, it is a harmonic move. As you see, I have the AB equals CD is almost the only harmonics pattern I trade, and if the butterfly is also at the same level, then good. We have two reasons to short it from up here. On mine, cross the trend line. We wanted to check if it was right. Yeah, I hope you that answered your question, Tabiso. Yeah, I don't see any more questions in the chat, guys. So thank you very much for being here today. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, give me some thumbs ups, and please share the videos on social media so more people get benefit of this weekly overview. Yeah, so thank you very much, trade safe, and see you out there in the groups and maybe on Facebook too. Bye bye, guys.